Mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Uno, dos, uno, dos. What's good, everybody? I think I found my slot. Tuesday nights. Tuesday nights. Let's see what we got in the building. Mike Biggs, what's good? What's good? We building over here. What's happening? What's happening? Davis 95, good to see you again. Fishing the Fit, how you doing, D? What's good? What's good? I see 11 people, 11 thumbs up, 8 people in the chat. Let me know you're here so I can shout y'all out. We're going to talk about some boxing post-game. How you doing, Sam Shaw? Sam U.S. Shaw, what's good, my boy? How y'all doing, man? Come on in. We're going to talk about a little bit of boxing. Man. I've been promising y'all a boxing video. Try to be a man of my word in most things. Y'all come on in. We're going to talk about some boxing, man. We're going to talk about last week's fights that I was really impressed with. A lot of things I don't think a lot of people didn't check out. But I saw a couple of things I want to point out. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it, what y'all think about it. We're going to talk about this PBC thing. Show y'all again how we over here are always kind of in front of the curve. We always beat the curve. You know, the curve catch up, and then they act like it's new news. Right? And then I got a video I want to show y'all about a coach, Bernard Hackett, that broke something down that a lot of people don't pay attention to as far as this fight that's coming up. You know, the fight we want to see. July is next week. I mean, it's almost the first, right? It's almost the first. The 29th be here before we know it. And we will see Big Fish versus Nebraska's best. We'll see what it really is. I believe what it really is, but we going to see what it really is, right? So let's get to it, man. Share the video, like the video. Share the video, like the video, hate the video, whatever you want to do, whatever works with you. Y'all let me know. So first and foremost, let's talk about this weekend's fights. I didn't really watch. Appreciate you. I didn't really watch the DAZN card, to be honest with y'all. The DAZN card was kind of lackluster. I didn't stay in it too deep. I did see Kalinowski get beat up. He used to be over there on Showtime PBC, but y'all know he got beat twice and left. Got released stuff from over there. However he went about it. Went over to DAZN and got beat up by Kuzumano, a guy, you know, New York based that nobody's really ever heard of. I think the problems that Kalinowski had then is the ones he always had. The ones he had this weekend are problems he always had. He doesn't move his head off the line. We all know he's not in the best shape for a heavyweight. It's kind of inevitable what he went through, right? What's good with you, Mr. Mechanical? Where you at? See, his boxing game is a cruel thing, right? Like I said, you're only as good as your competition, right? So Kalinowski beat who he beat, but once those levels, once that water get deeper, right, and your feet start getting wet, it's real hard to keep them dry. I got you, Aunt Thomas. We about to get back on these Tuesdays, right? I'm about to start concentrating back on us because other people don't want to listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the feelings I'm starting to get. So we're gonna get back to grinding over here. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't want to conflict with a lot of people that's broadcasting throughout the week. You know, you got KO who's got a really great show, BFTB got a really great show. You know, everybody got their time slots, and I'm not really trying to interfere with that. I want to make sure that when y'all here, I have y'all undivided attention. It only makes sense. Um, so the Kawanaki fight was whatever. That's as long as I stayed over at the zone. At that point, I moved over to the PBC card, and the main fights on that card was J Rock versus Adamas, and I don't have no brain fart. Lubin versus the Mexican dude or whatever, Cuban, whatever he is, right? I think that fight went exactly how it should with Lubin. Lubin, I'm going to say this, and a lot of people's not going to like me for this, right? Lubin is a he's kind of in the mid range of a fighter. He's good enough to beat the worst, but not good enough to beat the best, right? He's good enough to beat the worst, but not good enough to beat the best. Now, I don't know if that's a mental thing or just something that he can't get over, but I think it's a fair assessment at this point. Whenever we seen him step up, he gets stopped. He gets stopped ugly, right? But as long as it's Arias, Cuba Arias, right? That's who he fought. As long as they're within that mid, you know, that C to B level, he can handle it. He can handle his business appropriately. Like when you look at Lubin, great footwork, defense is not so great, but hand speed decent, power decent, right? Basement, what's good with you, my boy? Make sure y'all subscribe to Basement Boxing Talk. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Spit went down the wrong way. Power decent, footwork decent, defense not so great. As far as skills, a well-rounded fighter, but I think he just can't get past that mental hump of laying it all on the line when it's time to get it out. I think he's a great litmus test. At this point, I want to call Lubin a gatekeeper. Right? At this point, I want to call Lubin a great keeper. He's a great litmus test for any fighter. Skills, what's good, my boy? Thanks for coming through. And everybody who was with me earlier, thanks so much. If you haven't watched the Truck Chronicles from this afternoon, go check it out when you get a chance. Replay gang, and tell me what you think about it. I love reading comments. And to let y'all know, comments help. If a video get a lot of comments, it helps get into the algorithm as well. So I would appreciate y'all if y'all left some type of comment on your thoughts on any video that I've done. So at this point, I got to call Lubin a gatekeeper, right? And a high level gatekeeper. But it seems, Davis, what's good, right? It seems to me that he just can't get past the point of laying it all on the line, or that thing, you know, a champion has, right? That thing a champion had where he could just, you know, go to that next level, hit that switch, and get the job done. J Rock versus Adamas. I was more impressed with J Rock than I was with Lubin. The Food Channel, how you doing? What's good with you? I was more impressed with J Rock than I was with Lubin. And I must say, J Rock's inside game is way underrated. He said, why? Because Lubin did what he's supposed to do. It's Cuba Arias. The perception was that Adamas was going to walk through J Rock. We seen J Rock hurt by big punches. We seen it. We seen him against Banana, right? We seen him against Big Charlo. We seen him get hurt. The one thing why we can critique Adamas's game, right? But the one thing we can't take away from him that he has good power. He has really good power, right? And J Rock was able to take them shots. I think J Rock realized that he could be real successful on the inside with Adamas, even though Adamas has power. Um, I do think the stoppage was premature. I do think the stoppage was premature. Lockhart Protector, how you been? Where you been at? Right? I do think the stoppage was premature. I think J Rock. The one thing I saw about this fight, Basement and everybody, right? J Rock kept his composure very well this fight, right? Back in the days in his previous fights, when we see him get hurt, he'll usually lose it. You know what I mean, Basement? He'll lose it, right? He'll get frustrated. You will see him wobbly. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't think in there before, right? He lost his faculties, kind of, sort of say. And I'm not gonna say his faculty, but he got out of sorts, right? It was apparent that he was hurt. It was apparent that this round wasn't going for him, right? At this point in the game, his composure is top notch. He kept it together even in those hard times in that fight. The fourth round, uh, what was the other round he got hurt at? I think it was the seventh. I think it was the seventh round he got hurt at. He got hurt a couple of times, but he maintained his composure, got back on the stick, started grabbing when he was supposed to start grabbing, and his poker face was really the best I've seen in this fight. I think you knew he was hurt, but like I said, he was more composed in this situation. I think J Rock has a lot more in the tank, to be honest. Um, but in my opinion, Basement, in the business of boxing, because he's got so many, hard fights and losses under his belt, of course they're gonna try to shuffle him out the door. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's not let him, go ahead and take Adamas's momentum, right? Because they probably so I'm thinking the next fight they probably make is Adamas Lubin, right? It looks like that's how PBC is operating in a round robin of 154. I mean, even though those fighters are a little bit older, we're more familiar with them. It's still a lot of tough competition. Those fights at 154, if you're not male Charlo, all those fights are 50-50, kind of like the 140 division, right? The 140 division, it all depends on what fighter shows up that night. They're so evenly matched, right? Every fighter has a certain set of skills that can bother the other fighter. And if a fighter is off that night, they can lose. 154 and 140 is like that right now. 154 and 140, in my opinion, right? This is my opinion when it comes to the game of boxing. Is like that right now, right? Um, but I think the PBC card was a decent card. It was a decent card, especially for for your subscription cost, right? For Showtime, if you had Showtime for your subscription cost, it was a great night of fights. I think uh they're using the Armory a lot. And I live in Minnesota. I just never get a chance to get up to Minneapolis like that. But the Armory seems to be a very popular place for fights. It's always filled, always packed. I think it's a good look for PBC using the Armory. And let's segue to the PBC. Now, let me share my screen real quick. I think I got this saved. Um, to me, it's funny, right? I think Basement said, I think something else, bro. I think Lubin fights the winner of Danny and Laura. Uh, uh, I think he need. Hey, he might base me. Who knows? I'm not want to knock nobody's opinion. It's your opinion, right? But I think me personally, like I said, I think they gonna make Lubin versus Adamas. I think that was the point of having them both on the same card. You know what I mean? I think they would, it would have been J Rock and Lubin or vice versa, right? He just fought at 157. Okay, okay. He said, I don't know how J Rock made it out the fourth round by keeping his composure, by being smart, by staying calm, right? That's what I'm saying. I was impressed with him. I was really impressed, right? Um, what I was about to say. Segue to the PBC situation. Isn't it funny how now that the PBC is kind of flexing a muscle in boxing, you say Adamas hurts Lubin? I think maybe, maybe not though. Maybe, maybe not though. You know what I'm saying? I like to see it. I like to see it. I'm being honest with you. I think that's a good matchup in styles and power, right? We know Lubin can get you out of there. right? But we also know Adamas. I think Lubin is too technical for Adamas, and I gotta say he can take a beating because we saw what he took from Fundora, right? And we use people say don't use triangle theories, but we use them all the time, bro. So if J Rock can stand up to a beating from an Adamas Lubin, you don't think Lubin can? I think Lubin's slick enough on the in front of a fighter basement that he can get Adamas out of there before he get him out of there. Because let's be honest, like J Rock's J Rock's uh has great skills, but his power is not top notch in that division. What's the future of Fundora at 154? Get some rest. King Asia Bath in the building. At his future at 154 is to get some rest, right? And start back at the bottom. Started at the bottom. You got to build him back up. You know what this is, King Asia Mass with front door, right? It's a Daniel Dubois. Quee, what's good with your sissy poo? Make sure y'all subscribe to my sister Quee 42 TWT, where you need to be, right? I think it's a Daniel Dubois situation. They was riding so high with him, right? But he got in there with somebody that just was too much for him. You got to, hey, calm down, grasshopper. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to hop out the jar. Get back in the jar. Let's put some grass and some lightning bugs in here, right? Close the jar and put some holes in the top. Let's go ahead and gad you back up to the top, right? Let's go ahead and gad you back up to the top. Okay. Any other questions on this part before I move on, guys? Again, a great weekend of boxing last week. Great. Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst, but it was definitely doable on PBC. Any other questions before we move on? I don't want to leave no questions unturned. Got to use the chat for what y'all here for. Y'all want some input? I need your input. He said he might have died. Hey, facts, King Asia Math. You see what I'm saying? Same demo. Yeah, skills. That was a knockout, bruh. Not no TKO. Not no. Oh, stop. Nah. Night, nigga. Get out of here. Right? Okay. Moving on. The PBC. And if you guys are here, let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. I want to make sure I got my stuff up here. Where's that? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It ain't back that far. I should have had this ready, y'all. My apologies. I got way too many thumbnails. This got to stop. As y'all know, we talk about a lot of boxing and a lot of stuff over here, right? A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. I know I got it in here. I can't find out where I put it. Jeez Louise. I got a lot of videos, y'all. I don't know how many y'all watch, but I got a lot of videos. Okay, let's do it this. Okay, let's go. Let me screen share this with y'all real quick. Okay, so y'all see this one right here, right? Y'all see that okay? Now that's a thumbnail of a video I've done prior. I can't find it. It's in the list somewhere. I just don't feel like looking all in there. The takeover is nearly complete. That video is down here somewhere in the boxing archives. It's in there somewhere. So we talked about this, I don't know how long ago, team. Family, we talked about this. Where is it? Jeez Louise. I need to get back on fighter ratings too. I need to do a lot of stuff. Told you I'm a procrastinator. Um, Rolly Gate. Y'all remember that? Them charges just went away, huh? Crazy what people forget about. Where is it at? Ain't back. That's Black Star. Jeez. Okay. It's there. I promise y'all it's there. I just can't find it. I promise y'all it's in there somewhere. Right? So we did that video on how Just Do Love Voice. What's good? So we did that video. So, Nora Diamond's good fighters though. You think so? Purdue looked like a little kid about it. Yeah, skills he was hurting caught off. Yeah, that hook. What's good? What's good, Cadillac? How you doing, man? Um, so like I said, it's looking like the PBC, the PBC is looking to flex their muscles this year in the year of boxing 2023, right? And isn't it strange, right? Isn't it weird to this is weird to me. I'm asking, is it weird to you guys? Isn't it strange or weird that when the PBC boxing, the stuff we talked about years ago, right? Now all of a sudden that they're giving the fights that everybody want to see now is it doesn't matter that the PBC is doing it. It's what they're supposed to be doing. Because before, what was it, right? What was it before, Kwee? Well, the PBC is doing this. All they doing is phony back making in house. They doing this, they doing that. But now they doing it. It's like, oh, and this is some of y'all favorite YouTubers doing this. They say it don't matter when the PBC that it only matter that I'm getting the fights I want. So what does that mean, right? When you're supporting or putting out front another promotional company. What does it mean when we've seen at least 5 to 10 videos of you constantly putting down the PBC, right? Of how they're not this and they're not that, and they're having money problems and money issues. While at the same time, you big up and top rank in the zone. But now it doesn't matter, right?
Oh, that was different.
It's and what's crazy to me is this, right? This is what's crazy to me. The one entity in boxing, the one entity in boxing, Mr. OG Raider, where you been at, my guy? How you been, bro? Thank you for the light. The one entity in boxing that's headed by a black man seems to have the hardest time being embraced by the people who so-called believe in black unity.
Did you hear what I said?
Y'all want to they want to wear Malcolm X t-shirts and talk about the history of black people being oppressed and how this and that and that and this, right? Oh, my brother, my sister, right? See, it's just something about Another it's just something about black men, right? It's just something about black men giving the other black dude props. It's just something about it. It don't sit right with some niggas, man. Me, when I see great work, I recognize it. Hey, just do. Just do is the voice, love voice. You know what I'm saying? Creasy bear. Chico. That man is consistent, right? Down the middle boxing. Great work every day. Every day. The grind don't stop. BFTB, right? Entertaining boxing talk, informative, educational, funny. Blue Blood TV, the grind don't stop. That man worked hard. Boxing Ego, Champ Side, Press One, the baddest brand in the land, built it up from nothing, 100,000 plus strong. One way support. PBC is the only black ran promotional company in boxing. But y'all sell this story that because your fighter, the fighter you like, or the fighter you got a business interest with, right? We should support them at all costs because they black. Don't nobody see a problem with this? Am I the only one that see this way, or am I reaching? And if I didn't mention channels, let's name a couple. Keg Knockout Boxing TV, Monty Brown TV, Everything Boxing, G5 Gay, KQKC Boxing Network, 78 Sports TV. It's some sad shit, y'all. It's sad. It's really sad. And they play it like it ain't. PBC is about to put a stranglehold on boxing this year. And I told y'all this before anybody. I bought these subjects up before anyone. Case of Boy, what's good, white chocolate? Watch it. What's up with you, my guy? Peace, God. Ashley's Corner. Come on, man. There's a lot of people working out here. Support everybody, bruh. I don't know, man. I don't know. But that's neither here nor there. So let's get into it, man. Crawford versus Spence. King Styles, how you doing, bro? Jose, where you been at, bro? Right? Thank y'all so much for coming through, man. Smash the like button, share the video, like the video, all that good stuff. Undercard in the building. What's good with you, man? Right? Crawford versus Spence. I'm gonna show y'all a video. This video gonna get demonetized, but I want to show y'all a video, right? I want to show y'all a video, and this is what I see when I see this fight. A lot of people got this fight going, oh, it's gonna be a classic. It's gonna be in the vein of Hearns versus Hack. Whatever. Y'all believe what y'all want to believe. Y'all believe what y'all want to believe. Hey, shit. Dragons turn to dinosaurs. Y'all believe what the hell y'all want to believe, right? I just want to show y'all, and like I said, I ain't trying to keep y'all too long, right? But I want to share this video with y'all. Fair use, fair use, fair use, even though my shit probably get demonetized, right? So I'm gonna show y'all this video. I'm gonna share this video with y'all, and we're gonna talk about it.
Man, when I run on the treadmill, once I get my time in, I watch stuff that I want to make Jalil do or start adding to our repertoire. A lot of it is from Earl, but it's some other fighters. Include Turns. I've seen some great stuff he do, that I do, but especially Earl because he's more built like him, built for that structure. Watch this round 9 with me. I'm going to tell you what I'm looking at. This was probably the most beautiful round 9 or any round of boxing that I've seen from a puncher. Watch how he takes his time. The pressure was consistent, never broke his pressure. But he put shots together, up and down. He changed not only speed, but he also changed power tempos, but never got away from defensive integrity. So he didn't get hit with dumb shit. That's what I call dumb shit. When I jail, you got hit with dumb shit. Because Mikey's a great fighter. And this is what I'm talking about, knowing how to aggressively charge. But watch his feet. They were like a Roman soldier. They never broke stride. Watch this knife round. I tell you what I'm talking about. Look at the hand position. Real high. Beautiful. Watch his feet.
So the first thing he talks about is Errol's hands position. There's this narrative that Errol gets hits a lot. Young Murder Cut, man, what's good with you, bro? King Styles, what's happening? There's this narrative, this story that Errol gets hit a lot. It's false. It's false. Okay. Does Errol get hit? Yes. But does he get hit a lot? No. And I'll show you guys why.
Never break position. The march is still going forward. He's still marching forward. Look at the stick in front of him. Look at the defensive integrity. High hands. Down. Then he'll go up. And back down. Always changing the trajectory of the punches. So it's like you don't know how to defend. Now, those aren't...
They say, guys, Bud is a supreme counterpuncher, right? He fights great off the back foot, and what he's waiting to do is counter you with something. A counterpuncher has to know which punches are coming when.
Did you hear what I said?
For a counterpuncher to be able to catch you, he has to know which punch is coming and when. Let's keep it going.
Speed jabs. Those are jabs that's landing with something behind it, but not everything. Once he got Mikey focused on the head, he went back down to the body. Look how defensively he's staying with his integrity. He's still touching. That's the touch drill I work with Jalil. Now, he's still going forward with a high shoulder and a jab. He's not giving Mikey time to relax, even when he's not punching.
You have to, he's not giving Mikey time to think. A boxer has to be able to think in the moment. If you guys watch Terrence Crawford fight, you will see there's a lot of no action spaces in his fight, right? Because the fighters that he's been in there with will not engage. They'll sit in front of Bud and wait for Bud to react. Errol's going to be first at all times. A counterpuncher or boxer needs time to think. Your instincts would only take you so far.
Because he's still using his feet to close the distance. And with a puncher, it's always a threat of being hit with big shit.
Errol steps it up a little bit.
Look at the feet. The feet haven't changed. The pressure's still the same, consistent. Stick is still there, getting there with the stick. And he throws the stick when Mikey's doing nothing so that Mikey can't get his gun out of his holster. Now watch how he start changing gears. Changing gears and the intensity of the punching power. And he's not overthrowing shots. He's throwing them the way they're supposed to stop.
How
up and down with the shots.
Seems like he just breaking them down, chopping them down, slow by slow.
Yep, whatever.
Intelligent forward pressure. The ring will never be big enough. What's good, Renee? How you doing? Make sure y'all subscribe to my bro, Renee Boxing Young, another guy who gives that does great work on YouTube when it comes to this boxing thing. Clarence McLean in the building. My guy. Make sure y'all subscribe to him on Instagram. No Duck Zone Podcast. Constant forward smart pressure along with punch variations and good defense.
Mikey defended his head or body. He went to the other side. And the pressure is still staying consistent.
No guy from the lower weight class is going to come up and beat me in my weight class. I'm looking at this weight class and saying, Spence does that.
This is the level of beauty that you don't see from most punchers.
So
I see this type of beauty from Earl Spence. I see this type of beauty from Gervonta Davis. I see this type of beauty from Boots Ennis. And when I say beauty, I mean stalking a man down, but using defense and good offense, not separate one for the other. That's the part that makes you complete. So when I make Jalil do them drills on the bag, 15, 20 minutes, constantly letting your hands go. Because when you start to get tired, your brain got to kick in. Your integrity, the defense got to kick in. So I watch this round I watch over and over again. Over and over again. Because in order for me to instill it in Jalil, I got to make it a part of my program. You know, I appreciate the way Derek James coach, the way Earl receives coaching, because that's another avenue. If you watch him in the corner, Earl receives coaching. I know, I got it. He receives it. Teamwork. Every young fighter don't always think that because they think, I got this. But that's the purpose of the team. So not only am I watching the way the boxing's going.
Let me play that back to y'all real quick. Let me play that back for y'all real quick, because I don't think y'all peeping what he's saying.
I got this. But that's the purpose. He receives it. Teamwork. Every young fighter don't always think that because they think, I got this. But that's the
I got this. Who that sound like? Right? Against Sean Porter, was Bud listening to Bomac or was he listening to Tim Bradley? Was he listening to his coach or was he listening to Tim Bradley? Let's confirm the theory. Y'all tell me if I'm off now. Whenever he comes forward behind it, look, y'all tell me if I'm off. This is Mean Machine. Bud can't stop a jab. Look. I'm trying to catch y'all. Hold up. Y'all see that? Let me show it to y'all again. Terrence Crawford is built. Terrence Crawford is tailor made for EJ. He always try to catch. He Terrence Crawford always try to catch somebody behind the head with that hook. He he can try to counter a jab, but if you looking at this part of the tape, which part of his body open?
Did you hear what I said?
If we gonna talk boxing, let's talk some boxing. This is Errol Spence he about to be in there with BZ. Come on, boxing fans. How he counters the jab is to come over it with a hook. Which part of his body is open right now, ladies and gentlemen? This is Errol Spence we're talking about. Come on now. Who we talking about? What is Errol Spence's favorite punch? What's his favorite combo? Skills he got to. Tap. This is off him countering a jab. Tap. This is what Crawford does to counter off a jab, sir. Davis, thank you. It's not that styles make fight, guys. It's who imposes his style. The question I ask y'all is this. If there was any other fighter not named Terrence Crawford making these mistakes against Errol Spence, what shots would you say he lands? Renee said, I'll say it like this. If Spence gives a one-sided ass at one-sided whooping, I will be very impressed. Get ready to be impressed. EJ lands that left hook repeatedly. Let's tell the truth, real spill. Like everybody want to play like, oh, because it's Bud, the stuff ain't gonna operate the same. Errol's style is his style. This is not me saying Bud ain't gonna get some of his stuff off. He will. It's a fight. What I'm telling y'all is that if he tries to do this to take away the jab from EJ, he's going to eat body shots all night. And this is what he does with every fighter. Okay, is that a right hook that he's throwing right now or no? Poll in the chat. Is that a right hook? Let me rewind it for y'all because y'all think this is what I'm talking about. Y'all that he countered over Kell Brooks' jab and caught him with. Is that not the same thing he did when he caught Kell Brooks? Act like y'all seen Errol Spence fight before. Real spill, the only way he'll be able to land on EJ is if he's lunging. And I just showed y'all how EJ handles boxers. Did he lunge? Look like it's straight pressure going forward to me. Hands up tight. Picking the right shots. Keeping my distance. Being defensively responsible. Being first. Crush the legend in the building. What's good, my guy? Y'all think Mikey not throwing just because? Bud won't have time to think, Rube. Mikey looked pretty smooth on his feet to me. Looked like Mikey know how to turn and get out of there too, don't it? Come on now, y'all. Don't get quiet now. Y'all done seen Errol get hit with wide open, clean shots. BZ, tell me how he not gonna do it. Mikey's really great at controlling space too. Let me school you, young Padawan. Is Mikey getting trapped anywhere? Is Mikey in the ropes? It looks like Mikey's real good at controlling his distance as well. Mikey's real good at getting out of trouble too, ain't he? Look, I'm gonna take some shots. I ain't gonna sit here too long. Let's get on that bicycle, Mikey. How big y'all think? Y'all think the ring gonna get bigger? Y'all think the ropes gonna disappear? Why ain't Mikey throwing? Why ain't Mikey fighting back? Cause he ain't Bud. That's what y'all say. Cause he not Bud. If that was Bud, he'd be in a firefight. If Bud getting in a firefight, he gonna lose early. What round is this? What round is this? This is round 9. Boxing, Renee. This is round 9. Y'all think Bud gonna sit up there and keep throwing and not protect himself after getting hit to the body for 9 rounds? Again, I don't know why y'all don't get this. I can I can show y'all on every fight. I can show y'all on every fight with this dude. Let's give y'all his showcase fight. Let's give y'all his showcase fight. I'll give y'all his showcase fight. Watch this. It's the same thing every time. Y'all see what y'all want to see. Watch. Look at the other fighter. Waiting, waiting, waiting. What's good with you, Key? Great work, my boy. Great work. Sam Shaw in the building. Waiting, waiting. Wait. Hold on. It's a fight. It's a fight. But let me show y'all when people come forward with the jab on Crawford, what happens. Y'all think, man, pay attention, kiddos. Class is in session. This is David Avanesian. Waiting, 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 waiting. Waiting. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. And listen, guys, these are not these things that are not one-offs to Bud. They happen to him in damn near at least one time every fight. Every fight. His jab is not special. I've been told you that, Black Star. He uses a jab to establish distance. Because what he wants to do is be able to get far enough away from you so that he gets you impatient. Either you're gonna get impatient waiting on him, or you're gonna get tired and lunge in. That's when he counters you. Sean Porter fight is the perfect example. What are you talking about, BZ? This happens with every fight with Bud because people are waiting for him. Did it look like Errol was waiting for Ugas? Did it look like Errol was waiting for Danny? Did it look like Errol was waiting for Sean Porter? Did it look like Errol was waiting for Mikey Garcia? I can't believe y'all don't see this. A good jab is Bud's kryptonite. Show y'all something else. These things are not going to be really available to him. They will for a while, but I think in the progression of the fight, him be able to get out them angles like he can get out with these fighters who don't have educated feet. He's not going to be able to do that. Right, right there. If that's arrow, he's turning into a body. He's turning into a body shot. Again, people who watch Arrow know what I'm talking about. If you really watch boxing, y'all know what I'm talking about. Slatting out on an angle to Arrow gonna lead you right into a body shot. Get on that bike. That slide out, that's a body shot. That sliding out is a step into your body. Waiting, 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 waiting. Y'all think this a momentous fight of momentous proportion? Y'all think this is gonna be a legendary fight to cap up to make the last 10 years seem like, oh, this fight not it's not about to be what y'all think it's gonna be. This fight is not going. I feel sorry for y'all. It's not gonna be what y'all think it's gonna be. It's not. Bud is tailor made for EJ.
Did you hear what I said?
Bud is tailor made for Errol Spence Jr. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. When he get to the speeches of we made the fight happen for the fans. I already was undisputed. Now it's Errol's turn. My hat's off to him. He was the better man this night. Tailor made, like a French suit. And y'all know I don't need nothing but my props when it happens. If EJ really want to get in his bag, he'll jab him like he'll work the jab like Devin did against Cambosos and not even have to pull out no other weapons. That's right.
Did you hear what I said?
If EJ really want to get in his bag, we'll open that eye up. Bud make a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes, Black Star. It's just the competition he's been in there with wasn't able to capitalize. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this, right? I want y'all to think about this, and we'll talk about this next Tuesday on the landscape. When they talk about skill wise, and I'm not saying what's real, I'm saying what's perceived with Bud Crawford. Who's the fighter that, name a fighter that you know when they're talking about skill wise is comparable to Bud Crawford? Not what we see, but what they say. Appreciate you, Key. Name the fighter that you know, active or inactive, skill wise, that you know that they try to, that would line up as close as possible to Bud Crawford. Shakur, I'd say no. Boots, I'd say no. The IQ, the downloading of information. Once he figures it out, it's over for you. The footwork. Skills. What's good, Khalid? Floyd Money Mayweather. Juice Man Hanley. Floyd, yes. If we take the talking hand of how they say what Bud is, he's the closest thing to Floyd we've seen in this generation. Is that fair for me to assume from what they're saying? From what they're saying. Is it fair? I got one. Y'all know I need 5 of them before I move on. Watcher said it's fair. I need 5. I need 5 people to understand what I'm saying before we move on. BZ, so wishy washy. Get off the fence. When you fall, a fence poke you in your booty. From what they say, Davis, exactly. Not your perceptions, from what they say. Key, my boy. From what shit, he better than Floyd from what they saying, right? So we all know, and this is just me enlightening you guys to experience in the ring. We all know. No one knows, right? No one knows. But Key, what's the story of the experience that Errol Spence had with Floyd? I don't think Bud is good as Floyd. I don't think he'll never be as good as Floyd. I don't think Bud is 50% of the fighter that Floyd is. Has Bud had experience? Has Errol had experience with a supreme boxer in the ring? Hmm? It's a question. Errol got sent home. Who? Who do y'all believe? And I look, I'm gonna give you the entire gamut. I'll give you the entire gamut of his professional career. This is anywhere in Terrence Bud Crawford professional career. Name a fighter that you believe has the same motor, the same punching power, the same activity that he could even either face or spar with that's comparable to Errol Spence Jr. He said Floyd said himself he gave him some of the best work he ever had. You're the best I ever had. Shout out to Drake. Who in this landscape of boxing? Smart pressure. Good, good to decent to good defense, right? Underrated. But a lot of people say that his defense is underrated. They call him A Key. Don't they call him a heavy bag puncher? William Old School Black Star. What they say? Arrow's a heavy bag boxer. All he do is work the heavy bag. That means every shot. Do you guys know how heavy bags are? Do you guys know how heavy bags are? Heavy bags, heavy bags come in different weights, right? You can get a 300-pound heavy bag, you can get a 250-pound heavy bag, 200, 150, 100. Ricky Burns. Roger, what's good, bro? How you been? Why do you guys think Uga sat there with his hands up? Why do y'all think Mikey sat there moving with his hands up? Why you think Danny sat there with his hands up? Oh, he wouldn't hit Arrow back. I don't know why. Maybe it was in the fix. He wasn't getting hit that hard. A lot of pros and ex pros don't know what they looking at. Bud Crawford is looking to add muscle so he can stand there and hopefully take the bullying that he understands is coming with Errol Spence. And no matter what nobody says, how y'all try to mitigate it and go around it, you guys know the more muscle a fighter adds, the slower they get. Bud is not familiar with walking around at a heavier weight muscle wise. Muscle takes more blood, which means you need more oxygen, which means you're going to tire quicker. He's also going to lose his speed advantage. Like I said, if he believes that he can sit in there and trade with Errol Spence Jr., he's going to lose the fight earlier. Now, let me give the caveat. It is boxing. It is a fight. If and when in this fight, if Errol gets clipped with a shot, you guys all across the planet, everybody that live in Nebraska, I said this before, I'll say it again, and I'll get out of here. All across the planet, y'all better pray. Y'all better pray that Errol Spence cannot take Bud Crawford's shot. I believe EJ has a world-class chin. I believe Errol has a world-class chin. For me to see a man to take a shot, right, with no mouthpiece in his mouth and not go down immediately, I got to believe he got a world-class chin. But what will Bud power what will Bud's power be after getting beat to the body after 4 rounds, 5 rounds, 6 rounds? What would his legs be like? We'll see on the 29th. Shout out to y'all for coming through. You guys have just participated in episode 2 in the landscape of boxing. We'll be back bright and early this same time next Tuesday for y'all. What's tomorrow? Wednesday. I don't know what's going on. Truck Chronicles will be in effect tomorrow. Make sure y'all check in. Check out. If you haven't watched my previous video from the day, please watch it. It's about the subject that Black women are the most protected women in America. That Black women are the most protected women in America. You want to know what I'm talking about? Check the video out and leave a comment, leave suggestions. I'm happy to. I love reading the comments. I love responding to the comments, and that's all I got, man. Y'all have a great night. Take care of yourself and your family. Everything else will take care of itself. Love you guys. See you later. We gone.